everybody, Courtney Morris, National Wellness Physiotherapy. Today we're going to talk about improving your front rack position. People that hate front squat and have a hard time catching a clean, you know who you are. This one's going to help out quite a bit. So the first thing is let's talk about where the bar should be resting if we're doing a front squat. So we'll start with our kind of regular grip width here. And what it's essentially going to do is, as you pull this thing up here, is it's going to pretty much rest on your collarbones, right? Ideally, we would like to have 80 or 90 degrees of, shoulder flexion in through here. So what it also means is that we have to have a fair amount of external rotation, right? We have to get our shoulder out in this external rotated position. So we need flexion and external rotation for that bar to comfortably sit on there. Now, for that to happen, sometimes we get some tight tissues in through here. Of course, this regular banded overhead one, this is a really good place to start, right? Is that you can work this thing in through here, make sure you're gliding around, working from side to side, really prepping this area, trying to get some of those overhead positions. The other thing that comes into play here is a lack of external rotation range of motion, right? Is if I can't get my elbows out here and I can't get them out here and make this position a little bit easier, I'm going to be right here with my forearms vertical, and I'm going to dump this bar every time. So a nice one that you can always do, this should be a little bit of prep work before any type of front rack positioning, is grabbing this bar, grabbing your PVC pipe, pulling it through here, and working on this external rotation position, but not just catching it in this one spot, right? This is a pretty active stretch, and so we want to be out here, and we want to own these end ranges of position. We're going to catch all those nooks and crannies on both sides. Now, it is a little bit common for us to have more external rotation on our dominant hand. We do a heck of a lot more stuff out here, throwing, those types of activities on our dominant side than our non-dominant side. So keep that in mind and work on the non-dominant side. The other piece of this that a lot of people will complain about is tightness in their forearm and tightness in their wrist, okay? Some banded wrist mobility stuff, it works out really well. The ones that I like to do is you get into all fours here, you put this thing right around your wrist, you turn this into some internal shoulder rotation, you kind of bend and glide, work this thing in through here, and really try to get some of the stretch on both sides of this forearm, working different positions in through here, finding any of those tight, intense tissues into this forearm. The last one, and the most common one for people that have a hard time with the front rack position, is simply thoracic mobility. They suck in the thoracic area. So get out on your foam roller, get on your lacrosse balls, working into that area. But another one that I really like is combining the two of kind of our PVC Pass Throughs on our foam roller. So you get onto this thing lengthwise, you're gonna work your way down this way, and then you start working into this position here, right? Is that now if I have a tight thoracic area, I can really feel this in those lower regions. I can do some contract relax. I can put a little bit of weight on here, or I can put the band on here, and I can work back into this deep range. Again, working on my shoulder flexion, working on my thoracic mobility, in order to help me with that front rack position. And then once you're there, once you're warmed up, a nice one to do is just pushing this thing up and down through here, alternating, trying to maintain that front rack position and pushing even a little bit further through it. So before you jump into any kind of a heavy front squat day or cleans, do a little bit of prep work on these types of things. If you have questions or if you have other comments, drop them in the comment section below. We'll see you next time. Courtney Morris, National Wellness Physiotherapy.